Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Sheng. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. On December 7th of last year, Chinese authorities announced the 10 new rules that eased the country's zero COVID measures. Within days, the health code system was abolished in most places. Quarantine locations were changed into hospitals. And by December 12th, China's zero COVID had effectively ended. Although people were happy to bid farewell to China's quarantine centers, snap lockdowns, mass testing, and COVID QR systems, the extreme speed at which the changes took place caused other problems. Many were unprepared for the huge shift in policy. In China's online and social media ecosystem, there are 5 major chatting categories surrounding the current COVID outbreak. First, the shift was too sudden. One recurring sentiment on Chinese social media in the midst of this current outbreak is that the changes are too abrupt and that people barely had time to prepare themselves for the end of zero COVID. On December 5th, just days before the major easing of restrictions, one Beijing blogger named ETF Save the World posted, "What I find a bit strange is that we are seeing several places opening up now. But why haven't we seen something like a national level manual regarding medical treatments, how to handle getting infected, what kind of medicine we can take, how to rest, how to use antigen tests, under which circumstances should we stay home and when to go to hospital? When can we start exercise and undertake activities again? What about nutrition? The issue of mental stress, and when can we return to work again?" There's nothing there. If there's something, I haven't seen it. Although state media outlet People's Daily later did issue such a manual via social media, it came at a time when the major COVID wave was already in full swing. Some people share how they feel the shifts made them feel like they had no control of the situation at all. I'm still unable to understand why the policy took such a sharp turn. We did not even have the time to adjust. Second category, attitudes towards fellow countrymen. Apart from the sudden policy shift itself, people also complain about the shift in persons' attitudes regarding the virus and the sense of selfishness that has come with it. Xie Dai is a Fujian-based Weibo astrology blogger with over 800,000 followers. She addressed the polarization that the recent opening up in China has brought between people in a post. Today is December 22nd, the 10th day since the complete liberalization of the epidemic. I won't go into details about the other problems COVID has brought, but I want to plainly talk about the problem related to human nature reflected in the epidemic. Some people have become closer thanks to the epidemic. Others have started to plant the seeds of hatred inside their hearts because of the epidemic. And then there are those who parted ways due to the epidemic. COVID-19 has become a monster-revealing mirror when it comes to human nature. Xie Dai writes about an incident recently with a customer from Hubei province who told her that they wish she would test positive for COVID very soon. A comment that left Xie Dai baffled. She also recounts the personal stories of some of her contacts, including a bride-to-be called off the wedding. Why? Because when she was lying in bed with COVID, her fiancé offered her zero sympathies until he tested positive himself and started to understand how bad she must have felt. One of her clients from Jiangsu province let her cousin stay with her for the past 2.5 years without asking for any money in return. When Xie Dai's client fell ill with COVID, the cousin did not ask her how she was doing nor brought her any medicine or fruit. While lying in bed, she had plenty of time to think and decided to kick her cousin out of the house once she recovered. Other trending stories show that partners are not always supportive in times of sickness. One video captured by home security cameras showed a husband carelessly leaving his crying child with his wife, even though the mother was visibly ill and had no energy to take care of their baby. Once you test positive, their humanity is put to the test, one popular comment said. Besides the complaints about inconsiderate behavior of people from within one's own social circles, there are also those who think local authorities have been selfish in their hasty decision-making. When Shanghai saw an epidemic outbreak, they did lockdown, 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 because the ones going into lockdowns wasn't them. During this outbreak, they are opening because they can lock themselves out. Third category, social clashes. COVID is causing clashes between friends and families, but there is also a broader trend of people condemning those who previously spoke out in support of China opening up, and those who protested against China's zero COVID measures in late November. Protesters became the target. Since so many people were dissatisfied with the lockdown controls, they should be open to accept the consequences they face today, one blogger based in Xinjiang wrote. Another Weibo user suggested that the protesters carrying A4 papers protesting to ease measures did not take into account the status quo of China's medical situation and the size of the population, saying, "You now turn a blind eye to the human suffering we are facing." Fourth category, distrust of experts. Throughout China's epidemic, many well-known experts have recurrently given advice and information regarding COVID-19. In this current outbreak, public anger is also directed at these experts, especially because their advice seems to change all the time, and many people do not agree with what they are saying or doing, and the people have lost trust in their words. One angry Weibo user wrote, "Completely unprepared. They opened everything up in one night and greatly misjudged the level of infections. These BS experts said it was like a cold, but I feel so unwell. That COVID could be like a cold is the biggest lie of 2022. One of the experts who compared COVID-19 to a common cold is Zhong Nanshan, who even proposed to call COVID-19 the COVID cold. Another reason why people are tired of reading about expert advice is that they contradict each other all the time. For example, one hashtag said, "Experts say that the body will still need 2 to 3 weeks to recover after turning negative," while the other hashtag said, "Zhong Nanshan says 99% of infected people will fully recover within 7 to 10 days. This trend of people turning against experts also came up earlier in 2022, when the topic of experts are advised not to advise was trending on Chinese social media. 5. Worrying over healthcare and medical resources. The most important topics that come up in the context of online discussion is healthcare and the availability of medicine and other medical resources. One Weibo user wrote, "It's the 6th day of COVID. I used to support opening up until I got COVID. I suddenly realized that this virus is not so easy. I know of many elderly people who already passed away because of it, and I feel really unwell, which is making me wonder in which way this catastrophe will end." Other netizens also worry about the COVID symptoms they are experiencing or seeing all around them. What I don't understand is that before we opening up, the people inside the quarantine locations were asymptomatic. However, after opening up, so many who test positive are experiencing symptoms all over and are running a fever. Another Weibo user posted a video on Christmas Eve showing crowded scenes at the emergency department of Beijing's Chaoyang Hospital. In the video, 2 hospital staff members pushed a trolley with a body bag on it through the crowds. Although the video was shared over 500 times and received more than 300 comments, all comments disappeared before New Year. Chinese New Year is around the corner, Sunday, January 22nd. I hope COVID outbreak will be over soon. My best wishes to Chinese people and early Happy New Year. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.